Alright, welcome to Yaadie Hands. We are out on the streets of Kingston. As the rain seems to be coming down and the entire sky is grey, as well as we have a little wind and some trees swaying. So we are out to see what is happening to bring you coverage, and we're taking a break from the normal fanciness that we normally carry you, and we're covering Hurricane Melissa. And of course we are with the driver from Yaadie Hands, or series Chronicles of the Driver. You can find that on our YouTube channel under that playlist, Chronicles of the Driver. And because the driver knows the roads more than I do, the driver will update me as to where we are. So if you hear a voice talking in the background, that is the driver. So take this journey with us.
So we are now Waterloo Road, destination downtown Kingston.
Alright, so just in case you didn't hear that, the driver said that we're heading downtown Kingston. We just exited Lady Musgrave Road and we are on Old Hope Road.
We're now at the intersection of Oxford Road, Waterloo Road and Tom Redcombe. So we'll make a left turn that will take us now Tom Redcombe. So we are now on Tom Redcombe, heading downtown.
On Tom Redcombe Drive, heading downtown. Alright, so on Tom Redcombe Avenue is the Jamaica Library Service to my left. And we're going to head past the JDF shortly.
Hear the water.
So this is more water on the streets than when we came out this morning. And for reference, what time is it now? It is now 3 p.m. and we're heading down South Camp Road. We haven't passed anyone walking as yet, and it's 1 and 2 vehicles on the street. And to my left is the new entrance for the Jamaica Defence Force. And if you look up in the sky, you'll realize it is one blanket. Not like in the other videos that we brought you where you could see, the different cloud formations or where the clouds separate and a glimmer of sun. Nothing like that. It is completely gray.
Trees are still intact.
Yes. No fallen trees. Still waiting on the brunt of the breeze. I said we're waiting on it, but of course we're not looking forward to it, but we're expecting it. So we're still on South Camp Road. When we just decided to head out, there was a little breeze, but as it is now, things have gone back to being still. We can see signs on the side of the road that these trees were recently trimmed up. Alright, and on our right and ahead of us is Sabina Park. The Caribbean's #1 cricket field. That's what the driver said. There you go, that's Sabina Park. To the left is Alpha Academy. So it's still pretty much an uneventful day, but according to the reports, we should be more expecting the drama in the night. At which time, for sure, Yaadie hands will not be out here. So those who are brave enough to come out and capture the footage for you, they will show it to you. We hope that by this time every resident in Jamaica would have heeded the calls of the authority to be prepared, whether that is making preparation to your home, supplies that you need, or getting to a shelter. Everyone knows their individual circumstances and what is the best course of action for your safety. So by now we hope that everybody would have done what was necessary. Everywhere is locked pretty much. Everything is shuttered down. So if preparations have not been made yet, it is a very, very slim chance that you'll be able to get much done. You'll be able to get much done right now. Right, so only, I don't think I can see, but only one market dog will pass on the road, side of the road so far. Alright, so we're headed right now down to the bottom of South Camp Road. That's where we are. We are looking at the ocean ahead of us. You're not able to see it as yet. Yeah, somebody disobeyed the red lights a while ago. And the road is empty now. And it's not no excuse that the rain is falling to do that. Check the phone if it's still up. Okay. Alright, so we're headed around Rae Town, and Rae Town is one of those communities that got evacuation orders based on the storm surge that is expected. And wow, the sea is high. We can see that the sea has already risen. When we cross back on the next side of the road, we'll try to show you if we can. On the left of us is the General Penitentiary, the prison. Alright, and the rain is beginning to come down a little heavier. You might be able to hear it on the windshield.
We're now in Rae Town.
And we are now in Rae Town, and it is a ghost town.
There's no ghosts.
We can't see any ghosts, but yeah, you know what we mean. So no fish now sell down here today. So if you never get your fish already, sorry, you can't get none. You can't get it again. See, everywhere lock tight like sardine can. Alright, so we are closer to the sea, of course, so you can see the difference in the swaying of the trees compared to where we are coming from. Alright. Connecting. Alright, so that's the ocean. It's not normally this high at all, and you can actually see it from a distance over the road. Normally you probably have to come closer to the barrier to see, but it is quite high.
Look over there. You would normally see the airport from here, but of course no.
Yeah, the driver is saying that on a regular day we could look over and see the airport from this spot, the Norman Manley International Airport, but of course everything is great. Nothing to see over there except water. Alright, we'll try to give you a better view of the ocean at some point if we can. Okay, that might be a better look for you. Where's he? Alright. Have a few boats that have come in right there. And the police officer on the side of the road. And we're in the heart of downtown, the downtown commercial district with our high-rise buildings. These are pretty much well secure. I don't think they have much to worry about. Ahead of us is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, the Scotia Centre, Grace Kennedy, and the Bank of Jamaica, which we'll get a closer view of when we get around the corner. Alright, so we are now on Port Royal Street. And speaking of Port Royal, I really hope that those residents of Port Royal have made the decision in favor of their own safety to evacuate their homes and go for safety. right, and this is the Air Jamaica building, the Air Jamaica that doesn't exist anymore. Even though Jamaica is no longer in the air on a plane, but of course, you know, our flag is always flying high. We've turned left onto East Street, and this is where we can get the front view of the Bank of Jamaica, right here, and the ocean over there, and the Jamaica Conference Center ahead of us. Yeah, so there is not much happening still. I guess these trees down here, so close to the ocean and the rising tides, are really bending. You can see that coconut tree, all the leaves in one direction. That's the ocean. Quite high. Oh, can you see that water splashing over the ledge? Did you see that? The water is so high. It is actually like almost the height of the ledge, and you can see the wind picking up. All right, we can see a little bit of the airport from here. But of course, the airport is locked down. It's way over yonder. All right. This is the entertainment zone for downtown Kingston, where we have the famous Gloria's, Devando's ice cream, rooftop bar and grill. So we're along Ocean Boulevard, and everywhere is locked tight like Noah's Ark.
As you can see, sandbags.
And sandbags on the ground.
Taxi park up as usual.
Not sure what this driver doing.
Nothing stop taxi drivers in Kingston.
But he's here. And the Rock Hotel on our right. And here we have somebody else.
Security company.
Metro Dade Security. He has all right to be out here. Yeah, essential services, and he's taking pictures. All right, so so these palms are gently swaying, so it's not a lot of breeze, but I'm telling you, the tide is really high.
This is the new digital center.
So that gray building to our right is the digital building. It's not so new anymore. It's been down here for a couple of years. Yes, and the driver said big up Nationwide, because this building is their new home, and we know they're up there now trying to do their best to bring us accurate coverage. All right, so you can see the ocean is, if you should mark the ocean against, what am something in the water name? Okay, those things in the water, don't remember what them name. If you mark the height, you will realize that the water has really risen. Let me see if I can get that any closer for you. All right, you see that? Normally, the water is not so high up to the tops. Okay, and if you look right down at that little ledge, the water is actually beating up and about to come over right there. Yeah. Yes. So way over yonder, over there would be the airport that we could see on a brighter day. But as you can see, the sea and the sky has merged into one gray blanket. So the only sign of life out here other than us right now are the birds catching fish. What a good time to fish.
Or we can go.
Repeat that.
Where we're coming from. Let's see how much we can get to show.
Alright, so we're headed back, made a U-turn and headed back onto Ocean Boulevard. Now these people on this building here, Ocean Towers at the Rock Hotel, they should have a spectacular view. Well, those who are at the front facing the ocean, they should have a spectacular view of the hurricane unfolding later with the trees and the ocean beating up.
Buy one bag juice.
Bag juice? Where am I gonna get bag juice? Eh?
Buy one bag juice.
Where am I get bag juice from now? Yeah, there was a apparently homeless man asking us to buy him a bag juice, but of course there's nowhere to get a bag juice right now. I hope he finds somewhere to shelter. And the Minister of Local Government has said that they have scoured the streets and made provision for the homeless to get somewhere, get to places of safety, and some of them have really refused to go. All right, so we have motorists here. One of them is apparently punctured and getting some assistance from another. And sandbags piled high at Grace Kennedy's entrance. See everybody, even the well-off among us, are making preparations to protect their properties, and all of us should follow suit. Let's not take this thing lightly. It's better you're prepared and nothing happens than you're not prepared and have to face those circumstances and consequences. Alright, so this is normally a waterway when it rains, and the rain hasn't quite come yet, and we already have a pool. We're headed past again the General Penitentiary. That's in Rae Town. And this entire area is flown to high waves or surges. As a matter of fact, on the right where we see the walls have been built up, that was a project undertaken several years ago to rise the level with rocks and then to build that wall barrier as some sort of protection against the waves. So all of this community here have been advised to evacuate because those storm surges, which we were told in terms of their height and the amount of water, may pose a danger to them. As to how many have heeded the warning, that is a different question. This is Norman Manley Boulevard. Sorry, Manley Boulevard. The ocean is to our right. Not sure if you can see it. It's blocked out by a lot of trees. And to our left is the Manley Meadows housing development. Alright, and you can see that water and breeze had its way down here. That is a lot of leaves from the palm tree on the ground. Well, that is testament to the breeze. Yeah. So it's clear that down here did have some breeze that was significant enough to take these leaves down from the trees. Ahead of us will be the Jamaica Public Service, who has committed to keeping our supply of electricity on for as long as it is safe to do so, and we really hope that we will have it. We needed to communicate to see what is happening, and we just passed a pile of garbage on the side of the road. Of course, once again, those things will end up right back into our gullies that have been cleaned at much expense if they have not been removed before the rains and wind come. To my left is another high-rise residential building going up, and these are many around Kingston. This is really closer to, yeah, you would put this closer to downtown, but nonetheless these are in high demand, and so they continue to go up. And here is the JPS in front of us, Jamaica Public Service private power plant, up and running by all indications. Normally, yes, we'll be able to see the smoke, I don't know which one it is. There it is, going up into the air. So they're in operation, generating power to keep us through the storm. And ahead of us, those towers you're looking at is Jamaica Flour Mills, but we're not going to pass it. We are going to be turning onto Rockford and then onto Windward Road. Not much happening here. Not much happening here in terms of weather. On our right and ahead of us is the JUTC Rockford Depot, and of course the government's public transportation has been suspended already. So if anybody needs to get around, do not depend on a JUTC to pick you up. Nonetheless, the government has said it is still deploying buses to communities that they have asked to evacuate or ordered to evacuate, to assist them in moving. Let's hope they take the opportunity to go while they still can. We're on Windward Road, of course, gas station locked. We passed KFC earlier, locked. So any chicken you're eating this weekend is the one we're gonna have in the fridge. Make sure you cook it before you can't. Left is the Rockford police station, this blue and white wall, behind that blue and white wall. So Kingston is still waiting for the effects of the hurricane. Honestly, the past couple of days have been very long and almost filled with anxiety. What we've been having is what we would consider as regular rainy weather. And we're turning up on Mountain View. And even though we have not had that weather in Kingston, it is no reason for us to get comfortable, because the reports keep telling us that the system is moving slowly. Hurricane Melissa is a very, very old grandma, and she's taking her time. So that is time for us to do all that we can to make sure that we are safe. And we truly empathize with those who have been adversely affected already, and we really are praying that they do not face anything much worse than what they're already going through. Wow. somebody just give away a big splash. Good thing we have windshield. Alright. Seems like everybody's rushing to somewhere now. Did they get news that we did not? Alright, so we're heading up Mountain View Avenue. Like some folks have just gone to get some last minute supplies, coming back with their bags. You mean to tell me Sarah just send me to come? My word. One and two people out on the streets here, Mountain View Avenue. This is probably one of those communities that maybe you would say it doesn't sleep. Maybe they're a little fearless around here. I could hear music. Somebody having a party. Can you imagine that? So far that we have been out, you can see that this has really been the busiest street. Thanks to you who are tuning in. This is not AI news. This is not fake news. This is just raw, unfiltered Jamaica as it is hours in Kingston before Hurricane Melissa makes her grand entry. And we encourage you to stay tuned to reliable sources of information. There is a lot of videos being put out. There are persons who make videos simply to get views, and it is a selfish way to operate when we do that and put people's life at risk. So you're encouraged to tune to news that is reliable, that you can depend on to give you the information that you need to help you to make the right decisions in this time. Alright, so no hurricane in Kingston yet. As we're headed further up Mountain View Avenue, if you look up in the sky, you can see that it's not that blanket gray as we are coming from downtown. There is a little white, you can see separation among the clouds up there. Nonetheless, we know that Melissa is coming. Alright, we are passing the Excelsior High School, and of course all schools in Jamaica have been ordered closed and have been closed since last Thursday, and teaching has been delivered through online modalities. I hope all our children are safe. And warm. And parents, you are going to have a lot on your hand to keep them calm during this time. But some of us, like me, can remember going through Hurricane Gilbert when I was only 4 years old, but I still remember my house packed up with about 100 people because everybody's roof did blow off, and that was in St. Thomas. So these younger children, who some of them will just be seeing a real hurricane for the first time, it's going to be a scary experience for them. Some of them have experienced very last year, but we try our best to keep them calm and to lower the anxiety. So we're going to be turning off to the left on Arthur Wynne Drive, and on our left will be the National Arena, and that is one of the shelters in the Kingston and St. Andrew parish. Matter of fact, it is the biggest shelter in the parish of Kingston and St. Andrew. So if you still think that you need to leave home because your home might not stand up to Hurricane Melissa, or your community may not survive it, if you still can make your way safely to a shelter, please do so while you have the chance. And remember to pack your essentials. Carry your essential documents, birth certificates, immunization cards, etc. Take your toiletries, and yes, carry your own tin chicken. Right? Carry your flash out and your dash out, and whatever you eat it with, your bread or your rice. And the advisory say to make sure you have at least 3 days supply. Now, is that to say the shelters won't have any food to give you? I don't think so, but it's going to be very rough all over. So if you can help yourself, then that is better. It's best if you do so. And things will take a little while to get organized as people enter shelters and so on. So remember that it's humans just like you who will be manning those shelters. They have everybody to deal with, and everybody has their own challenges coming with. So let us be patient with each other and mindful of the needs of the people around us. All right, so we are back on Old Hope Road. And we're headed toward Sovereign Center. That's Ligani, Barbican area. And up on the hills to our right. Okay, so that's a Total gas station. Total Energies locked, like Noah's Ark. And the community up on the hill to our right is Beverly Hills. seeing the Texaco gas station ahead of us. And what do you look quite busy, you know? Let's see, there's a Popeyes over here. Are they locked? Are they open? Are they locked? Yes, by all indications they're locked, but the gas station the gas station is still open. So that's good. So if you don't fill up yet and you need to, the Texaco gas station on Old Hope Road is still open. So even the Popo obey the light. So the rest of us have no excuse. Ain't nobody buying no Toyota today. Nobody buying no car today. Everywhere is locked. Alright, and you can see the hills of Kingston ahead of us. If it was raining, normally those places would just merge with the gray sky. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the cloud and the hills. And we can see them green, slightly blue. So Kingston waits. Not sure if we're waiting patiently. I think most of us are more anxious than anything else, yet we wait. And there. Coming up on another gas station, another Total Energies, and it is locked, and the cafe is shuttered. And just like in our previous video, once we got to this area, we realized that there was way more people on the streets. So you see vehicles going up past the stoplight. We're at the stoplight. Vehicle beside us, vehicle across from us, vehicles across from us. To our left is the Sovereign Center, locked. And
this is Barbican Road.
yeah.
This is Barbican Road.
Yes, Barbican Road, and we hear music playing. Somebody's encouraging themselves. Lane Plaza to our right. In that plaza you could find Hello Supermarket, locked. Juicy Patties, locked. Orchid Village, locked. Burger King, locked.
Yeah.
Yes, want to see somebody looking at the security in the parking lot. Sovereign North. Gate open, but quite a few vehicles in there. Doesn't look like business though. Maybe belonging to the business owners. No business going on in there.
I don't know where I drive. She wants to one inside it. So.
Alright, the driver said we're gonna drive through and see what's going in there. We're gonna go fast. Go to once, don't it? Well, the first shop ahead of us, uncorked, locked, with cork, covered dip on it.
Oh, I sell food in sir.
Okay.
Taros? Okay.
And that is no surprise. You can get food at the Chinese restaurant in
Sovereign North.
Sovereign North.
Taros Garden Chinese restaurant.
Taros Garden Chinese restaurant. When everybody has luck, the Chinese shop is opened. Right, so earlier I told you the only chicken nugget eat I want to have on a yard. Not in Augusta. I stand corrected. You can get chicken and I guess fish and whatever else is on the menu at Taros Garden Restaurant at Sovereign North.
So people order your food and request taxi service to the delivery service at a higher cost, but your belly won't be empty when they arrive.
Your pocket might be.
Still on Barbican Road.
Alright, we're still on Barbican Road. So this part of Kingston uptown still pretty active. Probably busier than one would expect at this time. See, even taxi passing us. It is now 10 minutes to 4 o'clock. We're turning off on Dewsbury. We're still in the Barbican area. This is one of the what you'd say now, the older residential communities in Kingston. So there are very few high rises along this little stretch. Turning onto Ligani Avenue. Turning onto Paddington Terrace.
If anybody have any interest as to where they want to see around town, drop it in the chat by chance. We might be able to show you where you want to see.
Alright, so if you're tuning, the driver say, if you want to see a particular place in Kingston, drop it in the chat. If by chance we can make it there in safety and back to our place of safety, we will do our best to show it to you.
before I travel down Paddington
Oh.
Terrace.
All right, and there is two deep holes in Paddington Terrace. You see that one on the corner? It's actually look like it caved in.
Sinking.
Yes, and there's a big hole right here. So not take on the time, not bother mash up on the car. Even if you don't have SUV, take time. So
Yeah,
in,
the link that I just sent to you, Mr.
All right, our sound is back. We are turning up onto turning up onto Russell Heights. All right, so we see that a lot of rain here, a lot of debris sand silt washed down in this road. And upon the corners a drink of something, maybe something strong for the weather. Alright, so I hold there. Boy. I pray the Lord preserve us because them the older ever get no bigger and no deeper trouble. Alright, so up here there really is not much backing down to do. Really is just sit tight. Everywhere is pretty secure. And you can still see the hills of Kingston. As I said earlier, if it was raining, you would not be able, if it was raining heavily, you would not be able to see these hills. They would just merge with the sky and be one gray blanket, but we can still see them. So there are many apartment complexes in this area. One of those more desirable communities in Kingston in terms of safety, conveniently located, proper amenities. Yeah, can't talk about the price though. Alright, so we are entering Cherry Gardens, that's up on the hill. Alright, so we are entering Cherry Gardens, that's up on the hill. So when you get this high up, this community might experience the breeze more than anything else. They don't have an issue with water because their water will run off. So they are secure against the flooding. And the truth is that this is also one of the more desirable communities across Kingston. So in terms of secure buildings, secure roofs, well-constructed houses, there is little to worry about up here.
Benson.
Alright, so we're still traveling through Cherry Gardens, and our intent is to head to Benson Gully to see what is happening down there in the gully. We know that the government has advised that they have made preparations and they have cleaned the gullies where necessary and so on to prepare us for Hurricane Melissa. So let's see what's happening there. Were the preparations enough? Only time will tell. Only time will tell.
Benson Gully.
Alright, so we're on the approach to Benson Gully.
Brace yourself.
So we're taking a right turn and then a left turn, and we are approaching with Caution.
This is Benson Gully.
This is Benson Gully. Looks
We are going to meet at Benson Gully. Benson Gully.
alright. This is down Benson Gully. Looking pretty normal. Nothing much to report here. And this is up Benson Gully. For as far as we can see, it is clear. But as I said, only time will tell if the preparation was adequate. Oh wow, there is actually a wild grapevine here and it's full of grape.
Not wild.
It's not wild?
No, that's
Okay,
not grape.
the driver says it's not wild grape. Look at me. It's not wild.
Great.
Alright, turning on to Benson Avenue. Alright, so you can see the trees are pretty still and our wiper is going pretty slow. So there is just a little dew. Melissa has not yet made an entrance in Kingston. Not that we're looking forward to meet her, but her coming is inevitable. So while we are not looking forward with joy, we prepare because we know she's coming.
Even though your name is Melissa.
The driver telling us say my name Melissa, but it's not me coming to destroy you. That would be the farthest thing from my mind. That is not what Yaadie Hands is about. Yaadie Hands is about uplifting each other. Alright, so you can see the difference in the sky here from when we were at Mountain View, where you saw a little part in the sky. We're close up to the hills and we have a blanket gray sky.
Okay, so we're approaching Norfolk Road.
Alright, so we're approaching Norbrook Road.
To the left, to the right, Norfolk Road.
So we've come off of Benson Terrace and we're now entering Norbrook Road. And up on the hilltop there you can see some mansions. Yeah. Big development happening in Kingston. Developments all across Kingston.
And it's like a bad myself on stop it.
Yeah. Sorry. Melissa trying to put a stop to the development and all the progress that we've made. But we pray for God's mercy that we'll bounce back real quick. So though we're not experiencing the storm conditions in Kingston as yet, we truly empathize with the communities and the parishes that have already been battered by the hurricane or the effects of the hurricane. Pre-effects, because she's not here yet.
We are now entering Norfolk Drive.
And we're now entering Norbrook Drive. We are on Norbrook Drive. And this takes us down to Manor Park, Constant Spring. So there's no down tree, no down pole, no, not even banana tree, which we know is so susceptible to wind, all standing. If we do make it out later today again, I'm sure the picture will be very different. And if we make it out tomorrow, it will be starkly different as well. So earlier in the video we took you down to the waterfront. We started off at New Kingston in the Worthington area. We took you down Hold Up Road, down to South Camp Road, down to Rae Town and down to the waterfront where everything was battened up. Only sign of life we saw by the beach was birds catching fish, and the tide was very high. So if there is any doubt in anybody's mind as to whether or not there is something looming for us, doubt not. We are giving you the cue that we took from the tide. It's very high down there. The water is almost coming over on the barriers at the waterfront. All right, so we're still traveling down Norbrook Drive, and earlier this morning, we posted a video earlier this morning. We were out on the road. We visited the Charlton Gully to see what was happening there, and it looked pretty much like the Benson Gully. Nothing to report as yet. A few gas stations were still opened, and a few of them were very, very shuttered, and some of them halfway shuttered, preparing to lock up. But there is one gas station where the owner was on the news last night, and he committed to staying open. He says during these disastrous time, he's always stayed open for as long as possible to support our emergency services. And that gas station is in Halfway Tree by Worldtron. So they should still be open right now, just in case you need to get some gas. And we are in Manor Park, Payless, Lock, Island Grill, Lock, Domino's, Lock, Bank, Lock, everything lock, like Noah's Ark, lock, lock, lock. So don't expect to be out to get anything right now. No hardware tools, anything you don't have now. It looks a little hopeless unless you're going to get it from your neighbor. Well, I see a taxi. Yes, one taxi driver and 3 people under the bus stop. Total Energies gas station, Manor Park, locked, shuttered, scandal bag up, everything protected. Alright, so we are on Constant Spring Road, heading back to New Kingston, where we started. No wind, no rain, no evidence, no evidence of Hurricane Melissa. Still, we have a few more motorists out on the road, like us. So this is Kingston. The rain is coming down a little heavier, and we are about to really head off the street now and recollect ourselves. Not sure if we can come back out, but if we can, we will, if there is visibility and if it is safe to do so. Heading down Constant Spring Road. So you'll see that our wiper is going a little bit faster. To our left is Oakland's apartment and Oakland's commercial complex. We're gonna make a left onto Windward Road when we get the green light.
That will take us down to Upper Waterloo.
And from there we head to Upper Waterloo Road and on to New Kingston.
Right turn on Upper Waterloo.
So we're gonna turn right onto Upper Waterloo. The rain is coming down. The sky is a blanket gray. So we are headed in. We will try our best to bring you more coverage, and we encourage you again to stay safe and tune into credible news sources. Do not take the fake news that will tell you places flood out are impossible when they are not, and you might need to move and you stay put because of fake news. Please get news from credible sources, like here on Yaadie Hands, where we do not give you fake news, right? We give you unfiltered Jamaica as it is. No cover up, no pretty up. If you're overseas and watching and you have not yet checked in with your loved ones, it is not too late to do so. Most of us still have electricity and internet, so you can connect. That moral support is important to so many people. Even if you weren't able to send them a little thing when they did ask you, don't take it that they don't want to hear from you. You can still reach out. And we're not going to be like the man down at South Camp Road who broke the light for no reason.
Broke the light, disobeyed the light.
The driver said never broke the light because it was still up on the pole. He disobeyed the light. So we're on our green now. And the mighty mega marts where people can run to when everybody else locked, they are locked shut tight like sardine can. Fontana Pharmacy locked. If you haven't yet got your emergency medical supplies and your medication, locked. Of course, there were no embassy appointments set for today. It's over the Canadian High Commission. Was a big splash. The road getting real wet.
Right, this South Avenue. Straight ahead is Waterloo.
Alright, so to our right is South Avenue, and we went there this morning and we discovered that there was still a crane that was up, even though the government pleaded with the management of these construction sites to take down those cranes that can become missiles, very dangerous missiles during a disaster like a hurricane, and there was a crane still up. I'm hoping by now that the responsible persons would have made steps to make the environment safe for the community around it. Alright, the ride is getting very bumpy. Krispy Kreme store right, lock. That's supposed to be the Van House store left. Don't know who would want ice cream on a day like today, but if you did, sorry, it's locked. Okay, so we're at the stoplight at the intersection of Waterloo Road and Hope Road, and we're crossing over to Trafalgar Road. Alright, thank God for windscreens. Alright, so the driver would like to say a word on the camera.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Yaadian's driver. I am the focus driver for the road. I keep my eyes on the road, not on the camera. So, for those of you in Jamaica, as some say, focus on the road if you are drive. If you not drive, listen to the update on the hurricane. This thing is serious. Well, I give it to you in a raw patois style. And my responsibility to get in English. So catch you. So we made it here now. Soon chip out. Where I am going, you can't go. So until then, I say bye.
Alright, so we take our leave in about a minute. Please share this update with your friends and family. And most important thing, if you are watching and you're in Jamaica, keep safe, prioritize your safety, and if you can help somebody else to be good and safe and taken care of during this storm, please do so, as long as it's not at the risk of your own safety or their safety. And we wish everyone all the best. We pray for God's mercy throughout this time, and we will catch you later if we can come back out again.